Hi there, I'm Danny Gregory. Welcome to Draw With Me. And every Thursday we get together. We spend roughly an hour drawing something or other. Last week we drew recipes, as you could see, and it was quite delightful, quite delicious. What did you think, JJ? All those bundt cakes?
They turned out a lot better than my actual cake did.
I like that some people actually baked the recipe and actually made the bundt cake. So that was
pretty
nice
cool.
Yeah.
Pretty
I wish they'd sent us some so we could have had tasted what it tastes like. Maybe sometime we'll make it again. But yeah, so it was really nice to see all the different versions of it and different ways that people expressed their recipes. It's really nice. I hope that it'll inspire you to maybe share some other recipes of your own. So yeah, that was very nice.
Yeah, I enjoyed it.
So yeah. What should we talk about today? Should we start talking? We could talk about the mail.
Yeah, we got some. I went to the P.O. box, as I infrequently do, and we got some lovely mail.
Yeah, I'll pull out a couple and share a few here. We got Kate makes.
Okay,
this,
but you have to show the back of that envelope.
Yeah, Kate makes this every
thing.
month. She does. And it says here, beware snakes in the zines.
All right, Kate, I want to show you.
JJ
So I saw you're here. Look, I put it.
Wait, hold on a second. Hold on a second.
She included a zine with a sticker.
Now we've got that snake sticker. I'm
and
surprised.
A sticker on my notebook.
Very nice.
That's how cute you made that snake.
Yes, it's really cute.
It's nice to be known, though, that somebody puts a little personal note like, I know you don't like snakes, so beware. I laughed. I did.
Here's one of the Draw With Me's that we did, the Arizona Predators, no snakes. And I think it's nice that she shares her various creative stuff that she's done that month. Some Zentangling, going to a warehouse to draw cars, and the dragon at the mall.
Yeah,
so
awesome.
That's pretty inspiring. Pretty nice to see. What else? We got a nice postcard here from...
Unsigned.
An unsigned postcard.
Unsigned.
Yeah, which is strange because...
and it was so nice.
I'm not even sure if it's Tomoko Watanabe or if that's just the artist. But if this was you, thank you for your nice... email, your nice postcard, but you didn't sign it. So, yes, Whitney Wolf.
Oh, Whitney.
She sent us a nice Zentangle.
And I think we read her a Christmas greeting she sent. Yeah,
but then, as she says here, my family and friends thought it was funny that you couldn't read my handwriting on the Christmas card. The boys' names are actually Fritz, Oliver, and Piper.
I think those are her gorgeous dogs, if I remember correctly.
Oh, yes. Well,
yes. Sorry, Whitney.
You mean she doesn't have children?
I think she has very cool handwriting. I mean, that's a great looking signature.
It is nice. So yeah, so that was nice. And she's taking creative license and she's enjoying that. What else? We got a nice letter. You were going to read a little bit of that letter.
Yes.
Oh wait, before you do, I just wanted to share this, which is
Ilga Jansen's.
Yes. Oh. So Ilga Jansen sent us this really nice card, and then she included with it her 2 new calendars that she's made. So she's made a calendar of drawings of animals. She's so good.
Beautiful.
So good.
What a cool...
Yeah, so these are all of her animal drawings, each one per month. Really beautiful. And then she did one about flowers as well.
Yeah.
So she produced so much
Danny
stuff.
And I don't have to share. We can each have our own.
Each own calendar. Yeah, even though it is almost March.
Crazy. Time is flying.
So yeah, you were gonna...
Yeah, we got a nice letter, handwritten, and it says, "Dear Danny and JJ, hi, I wish I could tell you how much your YouTube channel, Sketchbook Skool, has meant to me. I really want to thank you for your work. I'm 72 years old and I live on a single woman with chickens and a bunny. This winter it has been -5 most mornings and really freezing cold at night. I came upon your channel just by chance about a month ago and started doing the Draw With Me lessons. I've drawn all my life, but sometimes I've forgotten all about it. I started drawing cartoon characters and have fallen down a rabbit hole in my sketchbook. I can't thank you enough. It's gotten me through this long, freezing cold winter. Making art gives me such joy, and I play all day some days in my sketchbook." And it goes on and it says some really nice things, but she also says, Best wishes and hugs from Salmon, Idaho. I live up here by Hell's Canyon and the River of No Return. So if you ever want to float the river and go on a big adventure, look me up. You're welcome to stay with me. Sincerely, and with love in my heart for you both, Laura Bradshaw. How sweet is that?
So nice. So nice. Thank you, Laura.
I read that Adventure Time because we're flirting with the idea of putting out a challenge into the world. Like,
we're flirting with it.
Yeah. It's along the lines of invite us and we will come. Just percolate on that.
Let's just wait on that one.
Yeah.
Because we're not going to Salmon, Idaho in February. I'm sorry, Laura, but maybe in springtime or summertime. Good. So what else do we have to talk about? I think that today's today's topic is butterflies. I feel like we've drawn moths, and I thought that we had drawn butterflies before.
We did moths for certain.
We definitely did moths,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. I don't remember ever doing butterflies. Maybe we did them as part of a collage.
I searched through the back of her channel, and I couldn't find it.
I don't think we did.
But it feels, maybe, I don't know. Today we're going to draw butterflies. So butterflies are starting to appear, right? The butterflies are coming back.
We certainly are having them. We were having very spring-like temperatures here in Phoenix.
Butterflies
for anyone who's
they
freezing.
come from Mexico. They like the monarchs. They all, they travel. It's so amazing that they can travel from, I don't know, the north of the United States, and they can travel all the way to Mexico. Although I think it sometimes takes them multiple generations to do that, but they do it and they come back and forth. So I don't know that much about them, but I'm always in awe of the heroic journey.
I feel like whenever you see a butterfly, you can't help but feel something magical. You've just had a little touch of magic in your day. They just feel like they're a good sign, or it just gives you a smile. And it's such a small thing, and that really is what we need these days, are small things that can make us feel happiness and the beauty of the magic of the world. And so we thought that would be a nice topic for us to spend an hour on.
They're sort of amazing that they're like these little things that are almost like paper thin, and somehow magically they're able to fly, and able to fly huge distances. And anyway, so that's what we're going to work on today. We have 7 different butterflies to focus on. Think about how you might want to paint a butterfly or draw a butterfly. I'm thinking
you're going to do a handful, right?
There's going to be 7 of them.
7, okay.
And I'm thinking watercolor, maybe some colored pencil.
I feel like watercolor lends itself to this topic.
Watercolor does, yeah. So I actually got out a bunch of different watercolor sets. I have these Derwent ones. They're just really vibrant and bright. This is this line and wash paint pan set. So I'm thinking that
it's kind of like a little Urban Sketchers kit, right?
Yeah, that's a good one. And then I thought metallics. Doesn't that seem to make sense?
Sure.
Some metallics. So I got
adds
that
to the magical quotient.
Yeah, and then I've got my regular ones too, and I've also got some colored pencils standing by and various other things. So I'm thinking this is going to be a hodgepodge of butterfly stuff.
A hodge and a podge?
Yes.
Okay.
So here we go.
Who are you going to start with?
So I think we will start with Peritas agavus. Peritas agavus. Fly it up here a little bit. Kind of a cool one. Yeah, it's dark, but I don't know. The first one, I'm always a little bit, as it were, a flutter. Butterflies in my sketchbook. So I have to think about how exactly to do this, because I don't really want to paint a bunch of black.
I feel like it's brown. I feel like it's a rich
Well, I have this
chocolatey-
graphite, so I think graphite might be interesting. So it's not just pure black. Yeah, maybe it is brown.
I think it's brown. I think he's...
So It's a nice shape, too.
What kind of brush are you using?
I'm just using the number 4. Yeah, you have to, once you do it, you have to do it again. Once you do one wing, you have to then go and hope. That's the hardest part, I think, is actually getting the second wing to be symmetrical.
I feel like it's a real choice to not do this with a pen.
True. It is a choice. It's a choice that I've made. A choice that I might regret. I think if I can, yeah, because I kind of don't want to just do hard outlines. That's sort of what I'm thinking. Because there aren't really any lines. I mean, there's some lines in the patterns here, I guess.
I don't know. It's a choice.
It is interesting how I guess they have these colors because they try to blend in with
Camo.
the things that they like to eat.
Aaron says, already messed up the symmetry. Arg. I have a feeling that's going to be a theme.
Yeah, well, slow down. Because, yeah, you're not only drawing it again, but you're also drawing it mirrored.
Excuse me.
You figure like a little butterfly like this can do it, so surely you can too. You can produce these beautiful colors and shapes.
It's all quiet in the chat, so people are
Concentrating.
Yeah, they're into it.
I mean, I think this is a subject that's nice, and it's not excruciatingly hard. It's really just a matter of taking your time and trying to capture the patterns.
Yeah, I think taking your time is the number one. But, folks trying to keep up with you, because you go very fast on Draw With Me. So for anyone who's feeling frustrated, please
I'm
feel
rushing.
acknowledged that Danny is like blazing fast.
I'm rushing, that's all. I'm partly Russian.
Catherine has an idea. She said it might be fun to paint one side and while still wet fold the paper.
Oof, that is a daring idea.
Heather's asking for the species name again.
The species is, I will put it up here. Paridus agavus. I lost my place. Here we go. This red is really nice too.
Chris Seidel made a funny joke.
What's that?
On the comment about folding the page while it's wet. He said, a Rorschach a fly.
Oh, I like it. I think also, if you feel so inclined, you could just make up your own butterflies too.
That's true.
I mean, they're...
All right, so Jennifer Cameron says, here in Newfoundland, which is a place I would love to go to, there is an insectarium less than 10 minutes from work, and they have wonderful butterfly pavilion with live butterflies from around the world in the summer.
Now, we went to one. They had one here at the Phoenix
At the Desert Botanical Garden.
And we went to it, and I seem to remember it was not that successful. Because...
Well, for one, we were...
we were slightly repelled by the...
No, it was like this. There are some that are on the ground, so you really have to be careful. You don't want to... I mean, it would be so horrible to step on one. And there were... And please, nobody be offended by this comment. There were an awful lot of children. It was one of the... Like, we went and we wanted to kind of have this butterfly experience, and it was just absolutely maniacal how many young children were running around. And
we prefer adult only.
It wasn't very peaceful. Between trying not to step on the butterflies on the ground and the amount of children running around doing exactly that, which was awful and hard to witness, we didn't stay long.
Opinions expressed by JJ do not necessarily reflect the point of view of management. Many of us here at Sketchbook Skool like children and encourage their existence.
Last week in the chat, I was rebuked for my bickering.
Yeah.
So I'm opening up the door to be critiqued and criticized. I love children. I just didn't love that. Maybe I didn't love some of the parenting I was seeing on display that day.
All right.
Yeah, I'm digging the hole deeper. Digging it, shoveling it, digging it.
All right, so I think I'm going to come back to this once it dries a bit because some of this black could be blacker.
Kimberly says, in Colombia, we have a whole park dedicated to butterflies called Mariposario. I really butchered that, sorry. Mariposario.
That sounds beautiful. Yeah, because I think there are certain kinds of flowers that you plant if you want to attract butterflies, right?
Yes, there are. There are, for sure. Carrie, all right, Carrie, yes, and thank you. She said, new idea, booze and butterflies, an adult-only experience. That sounds perfecto.
All right, I think I'm going to let this guy sit and dry, and I'm going to come back. I might actually do some ink.
I think, I mean, I hate to say it, babes, but I feel like you might...
Like the ink is not... Inkless is no good?
Like where you're going better with a pen.
Maybe. Maybe. All right, I'm going to try the next one with a pen. We'll see. See if JJ's right.
Switch it up.
All right, so this is a Monarch.
These are commonly found here in Phoenix. And they're just stunning.
Right, a Monarch. So, at JJ's insistence, I'm going to draw this with a brush pen. Sort of easing my way into a pen.
Yeah, so last week, because I know people are going to be concentrating, so I'll do a brief ramble of my stream of consciousness, but
it doesn't have to do with hating children, does it?
No. I love children. So last week, people were a little chippy in the chat. They were unhappy with my quote-unquote bickering. And then you had a person respond to your Danny essay with a snippy. You had like a little
snippiness going
email exchange.
People are irritable.
Well, so, that is what I was coming around to say. And I think that's part of why we wanted to do butterflies today. I think people are really on edge. And I think it's important to remember we're all dealing with something. And try not to let it you know, don't take it on. Don't ingest it. Let it bounce off of you to the best of your ability. Because it's more than usual people being touchy, I feel.
I mean, we were blaming it on the holidays for a while, right? We were saying like, oh, well, this time of year people get.
I mean, but it's also just
snippy,
the news is exhausting.
It's winter. It's cold. People are.
Yeah, I mean, it's not winter here in Phoenix.
Nobody's irritable here in Phoenix. Everybody's out sunbathing.
So last week, after we did the cake recipe, which was wonderful, we did about an hour worth of various kind of work things, and then we packed a sack lunch, and we drove up into a wilderness area, and we went on a couple of hour worth of a beautiful hike.
That was nice.
It was so nice.
So yeah, this brush pen is it's
working out.
It's still a brush, so I'm still doing this sort of similar thing, but yeah, it's okay. I feel like this has been smarter possibly to do these little spots in white. I don't know. I also feel like I didn't quite get the shapes right. It's weird. Butterflies can be really beautiful, but then if you get down too close to them in your examination, they can start to feel a little creepy, a little insecty.
Yeah. I mean, think of the caterpillar.
Yeah.
Kind of cute, but also the closer you look, the more you might say not so much.
I think that's what I kind of felt when we went to that butterfly thing at the botanical gardens was, yeah, they were insects. They're beautiful when they're flying, but they're...
Well, as I think I stated, it's like when you see one in the wild, it's sort of magical, and it's flitting along on the beautiful breeze. But when you see a swarm...
an infestation of butterflies.
It's another thing entirely.
God, if anybody's new here, you're going to think we're just awful people. And we're pretty bad, but we're not that as bad as it sounds like today, hating children and being creeped out by butterflies. But anyway, hopefully you understand the spirit of our...
All right, Tracy Yates has a good tip. Turning the page upside down to do the other half helps with getting the symmetry. Does something to your brain that helps, for her at least.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
I think it's a great idea.
If you're right-handed, then you're still going in that right direction. Yeah, if you're left-handed, too. Good suggestion. Another way of looking at it is to say, these are just two separate things. You don't have to worry about the symmetry. Just draw them as you see them, even if it's terrible. You know what I mean? It's sort of... It's like if you were drawing a human face, you wouldn't necessarily worry as much about the symmetry.
Well, human faces aren't symmetrical.
Well,
I wonder, are butterflies actually symmetrical? Is anyone an expert in the chat?
I think the human face, if you have a symmetrical face, that's considered sort of
star quality.
Yeah, it's like supermodels have symmetrical faces.
This looks like a stained glass window, kind of, doesn't it?
It does.
You still have a Paradise agavus on the screen, by the way.
Oh, do I? Oh, sorry. Quite true. I'm doing some colored pencil now, in part because I'm afraid that this ink is a little wet and I don't want to smear it.
Kate just said her brush pen doesn't dry fast enough and is smearing into the watercolor.
Yeah, that's why I didn't get into the watercolor yet, because I knew that this ink might take a second to dry.
Kate Color says John Muir Laws might know his butterfly wings are symmetrical. Yes, he would know. You should touch base with him. It's been a while.
Yeah.
Do we have the Latin for Monarch? Do you want me to Google?
If you'd like, sure. Monarchus.
I'm going to put it in the chat. Maxine is going to use a white pen for the dots.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. That I didn't leave time for that. It would certainly be simpler to do it in white afterwards.
So Missy said, yes, they are symmetrical, often used as an example in art and science as examples. Pretty cool.
Examples of symmetry. My uncle was a scholar of symmetry at one point. He wrote a book about symmetry.
I remember when he said he was going to.
Yeah, he did write it.
He was mostly studying various paintings, wasn't he?
No, I think it was about symmetry in nature too.
And then he went on to farm mushrooms.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Diverse interests.
See, this metallic is kind of interesting. Metallic orange.
Oh,
Right.
we have another data point. CW can tell that it's a male, has pollen pouches on the rear wings.
Pollen pouches. Oh, interesting. So those are the guys who spread.
Pollinators. Yeah, the chat is real quiet. People are concentrating. Giving it their all.
Yeah, my guy's definitely not symmetrical. Mine looks a little bit like he was stepped on. But all right, well, I think you should do a screen grab if you'd like, because I'm going to move on to the next one if you want to do a little screen grab of this butterfly. In fact, I'm still not happy with either one of these. So I haven't figured out how to do this
I
yet.
mean, how about use a pen?
I just haven't figured out how to do it yet. Okay, I'm going to do a pen next. I'm doing a pen.
I think you've made a hard thing exponentially harder.
Okay, by Monarch. And here we have the tiger swallowtail. You know what I think I might do? I have an idea here. Because I feel like my background is interfering a little bit with this. So now you can see without me having to worry about dodging my thing around. All right. Hey, I'm going to use a pen now. Here we go. It's a pen. Oh my God, this is so easy.
It's like a relief, right?
It's like tracing.
So CO says monarch butterflies rely on milkweed as the sole host plant for their caterpillars. Without milkweed, monarchs can't complete their life cycle. If you want to attract and support monarchs in your garden, plant native milkweed.
I'm not even sure what milkweed is. It's kind of like it's sort of a spindly looking thing.
It's like a bushy plant, yeah?
Bushy, right? Yeah.
So Deb said swallowtails come here, and I think she's in Wisconsin, at the time the lilacs bloom. Ah, magic!
That is nice.
I mean, it just sounds like a virtual paradise. Drew has butterflies in his stomach. Drew might be, I shouldn't assume Drew is a man.
This is a more complicated butterfly, definitely.
Yeah, and you're going crazy fast.
I sometimes draw really quickly when I just want to know, like, am I doing it right? And I won't know until I've done a fair amount of it. That's usually not a good sign, by the way. It usually means that I'm not doing it right. But
Well, going fast kind of shuts the monkey up a little bit, right?
yeah, it's impatience. It's not really a great thing. Unless you're doing something gestural, but this is almost like technical drawing, trying to get all these parts right. I might do a blind contour next time.
Yeah, I mean, really looking at these makes you realize how immensely complicated they are. A million details.
Yeah, this is, oh boy, now we're getting into an even more complex part of it. Okay. Sometimes when you do a drawing like this, you're like, I'm just going to focus on this part of it, and then you realize, oh no, it's all that stuff left to draw.
So Mary Ellen says, start with the watercolor and then add lines.
Yeah, that is kind of what I was thinking. Because if you start with the watercolor, then you can at least kind of knock out general stuff pretty quickly. So yeah, anyway, I'm just figuring out what the best way for me to do this is. And now I screwed that part of it up.
What's the thing? The only way through it is to do it? Through it to it is to do it? Oh man, I mangled that.
Is that a song?
No, it's like a catchphrase.
Oh, is it? The only way through it is to do it? Is that what it is?
The only way to do it is through it? Oh man. I gotta Google.
I thought this was going to be like a really simple, fairly easy subject. I even said that at the beginning of the hour. This is going to be easy. Anybody can do this. It's not easy. This is not easy.
So the quote is, the only way to do it is to do it. attributed to Merce Cunningham, Tessa Fontaine, and Amelia Earhart.
The only way to do it is to do it? What about going through it? I thought that was the quote.
I told you I mangled it.
But going through it does sound like a statement.
Yeah, I know. I'm chuckling because I'm just so glad I'm not the one on this high wire act trying to
Yeah, thanks.
do what you're doing.
Yeah, this is not even the right color.
All right, Shelb's art says the only way through it is to get to it.
Oh,
I think that
that makes a bit more sense. It seems like it's
there's some there.
missing some kind of a crucial part, but yeah. You can quote me in saying, "Never draw butterflies."
We're like, everyone needs
Now
something.
I know why we never drew
Everyone needs
butterflies.
something that's sort of universally loved. Universally complex. Perhaps more accurate. So what else did we do this week? We went to see a comedian in concert, a comedian named Tim Heidecker. That was fun.
And by in concert, we meant he had a band, and most of what he did was singing, which was a total surprise to us.
Yeah, we thought we were going to see like a sort of stand. We didn't really know what we were going to see, but he was great, and he had a special guest with him who's also a hilarious musician, and it's a guy named Fred Armisen. So we had, it was like a big Tuesday night here at the Gregory house.
And we're thinking about going to a concert tonight.
Went out to a show. I don't think we're going tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, a band that I really like is playing, but...
Well, at the same venue that we went to on Tuesday, we were like, oh, we should go. But, you know, to go to 2 concerts in 1 week.
In the same place.
It's not advisable.
We're too old.
All right, remind what this butterfly is called.
This butterfly is called the tiger swallowtail. Tiger swallowtail. I like Sun Surfer says, if you can't do it, then just moo it. Oh boy. Okay, let's move on to something less painful. This butterfly is called the Malachite. It looks suspiciously like the Monarch to me. Doesn't it?
Maybe more yellow than orange.
I mean, look, here's the Monarch right next to it.
It's like if the tiger swallowtail and the Monarch had a baby.
It's like the cheaper version of. It's like no wonder it's not as successful. It's yeah.
I don't know.
All right, I'm going abstract.
Okay, cool.
I have an idea. I just had a great idea. All right, here's what I'm going to do. How do I do this?
Can I help?
No, I'm just trying to think of how to do it. Without taking forever to dry. Okay. I'll try this. I think I'll do it small. That'll be the answer. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the basic shape. This could be good or it could be bad.
So bad it's good?
I don't think that'll be the quick case. But it's an experiment. Oh my God, look at the shape of this thing.
It's so hard. It's so hard.
This is a famous black butterfly. For the black swan, this is the black butterfly. As I said, this is an experiment.
Yeah.
You're skeptical?
I think you're going to have to break out some gouache.
There you go. Now you're thinking like I'm thinking.
Jen says, oh, it's a shadow for the other butterfly.
Yeah, that's true. Thanks.
Oh, and Maxine said, better known as a bat.
That's true. This might work, though. This is just another way of doing it. Again, it's an experiment. Did I get it roughly right?
Now, when you picked these references, did you think it was going to be this hard? Were you thinking it through?
I was drunk. No, I was kind of looking at how pretty the butterflies were.
You got mesmerized?
I hadn't
got
learned.
sucked in?
I hadn't learned to hate them yet. I don't know if any of you have seen my cheap art supplies video that I made this week.
I'll be honest, I haven't seen it. I got to watch it.
Yeah, what have you been doing?
I've been going out to concerts.
Yeah, thanks. Hanging out with stupid comedians when you should be learning about cheap art supplies.
Don Day watched it.
Okay, good.
No,
That's one view.
commentary. Sharon watched it.
If you're a member, by the way, you got to see my full-length demo of 25-minute tempera painting that I did of a Vermeer. And I have some others that I might share. I don't know. People were sort of vaguely interested in seeing that full demo. And I do have 3 other demos, but I'm not sure if I'm going to share them now. Well, it's a lot of time for
I think you've
people
got to.
to spend
I think
watching.
you've got to do a video with your most expensive art supplies. Don't you think people would rather watch
It's
that?
called Draw With Me.
Yeah, you're not using your cheap art supplies on Draw With Me.
Well, this is actually cheap. Oh, this is actually maybe working.
Somebody's asked what the name of this one is again.
This one? Mm-hmm. This is called the Malachite. Malachite.
Tracy's asking the brand of the tempera sticks you used in the cheap art supply vid.
You can see all of them. They're all listed and linked below in the description. I didn't use cheap tempera sticks. I used tempera paint.
Oh. The sticks aren't expensive, are they?
They're not, but that's not what I used. I used the actual tempera paint.
So Sharon wants to know about this yellow you're using right now. What is it?
Gouache.
It is gouache. Ha ha! Drew just said, I've started to think drawing people is easier than this.
Okay.
They are not so intricate.
Yeah, my apologies to everybody. Everybody who tuned in to this week's Draw with me. All right, well, this conceptually worked better.
I like it.
Yeah, it's a bit better.
I totally like it.
All right, so I think I'm going to do the next one that way too. This could use some help, but I can't be bothered to help it anymore.
Do you think you're going to get through all 7? You've got 10 minutes left.
Lord, probably not.
All right.
Let's have a look at the next one.
Why don't you look and see if there's one that's a little bit simpler?
Yeah, this next one I think is simpler.
People are having fun, though. Okay. 3 or 4 instant responses. It's a fun challenge. I'm having fun. It's making us stronger. All true.
Okay, so here's the 3 that I have left. I'm going to show them one at a time. First, Morpho Menelaus, which is basically an iridescent blue.
That blue is gorge.
Pretty simple. Then
It looks like feathers, doesn't
then
it?
there's the Callias Viscotti, which is basically another orange one. So
That's pretty cute.
That's pretty nice, right? And then, hold on a second. Get out of here. You get out of here too.
Blue one
And
is...
here's a Callias Electo. I mean, this is basically a yellow butterfly. It's pretty easy, right? More simple?
I haven't gotten the third one yet.
What do you think? Can you see it yet?
I can see it on your screen.
It's a yellow butterfly.
Yeah, I think the yellow one is the easiest.
Yeah, it's kind of dull, but let's do it.
Dull?
Well, in the sense
Oh,
that
everyone loves the blue.
everybody wants the blue? Okay.
Well, I think
All right, so,
it's blue, orange, yellow, blue, orange.
okay, so we've got 2 votes for orange.
No,
2
there
votes
was
for
a lot.
blue,
There were like
and 1
a
vote
stream of people are.
So, okay.
Blue.
Okay, people are voting for blue. Blue wins. By the way, in the description below, I put a link to the Smithsonian's entire butterfly collection, which is where these come from. So there's hundreds of other ones. If you feel like doing more butterflies, it's a great resource. You'll see that link, as I said, below.
It's amazing. I mean, how many butterfly varieties there are. Are you looking for a metallic?
I have metallics. I'm going to tempera sticks on this one. All right, so we have tempera sticks all over the floor. Could be worse. Could we have tempera all over the floor?
What is going to be worse is when this pug dog wants to go chew those up. Come here. Come here. Oh, you smell like a buttery biscuit. Oh, my baby.
All right, so
Lona says, looks like I need another couple hours to finish all of them.
I know. I was optimistic about this, but It's a common thing for people to draw, right? I mean, you often see people doing butterflies. It's a pretty common thing.
Well,
And now we realize why. It's
maybe once you practice, you get.
Yeah, maybe practice is a great idea. I've heard a lot about it. I've heard of people practicing. I love that. See, this is kind of nice because it's just blue, but you can kind of add layers of other blues.
I mean, the photo reference. I mean, it really looks like feathers, doesn't it?
Yeah,
it's incredible.
It's really iridescent.
Do we have a name for the blue?
This
beauty?
blue one is called Morpho Menelaus. I'll put it on the screen.
Oh, twigs.
This specimen looks like it was kind of dried up and crushed a bit. Some of these specimens, when you look at them, you'll see that it still has a pin in it. It's a lot of moaning for one animal. All right. I mean, this presented other kinds of challenges, but it's still quite nice.
Yeah, I think you're allowing yourself to be more expressive.
Yeah, that's true. It's a bit more abstract.
Oh, twigs. My goodness. Why so grumbly, girl?
All right. Let's survey the damage. Yeah, so there's 5 of them. Maybe if I title them, it'll be better. I don't know. So anyway,
Maybe you need like a couple of branches or something,
no.
so they're not just floating in space.
Yeah, no. I'm done with this.
You're done.
I'm
Dunzo.
done. I'm done. Yeah. Jennifer says this is one of her favorites. Okay. Maybe this is her favorite butterfly.
The blue one, maybe? Yeah.
Yeah. So Sam says, I noticed that if I suck at a subject, I start doubting myself as an artist, but it's part of this amazing journey. It's true. It's an amazing journey that every so often you sprain your ankle and you get up and you keep going. So, yeah, it is. Yeah.
I have to say your page looks very beautiful.
Does it really?
I think so, yeah.
Okay, well, that's nice of you to say. I guess so. I mean, it's different. It's different. All right, guys. I'm sorry. I feel like I was kind of crappy about it today. But that's...
Well, I mean, as noted earlier, crabbiness is on the menu. Everybody's touchy.
But
And,
they're butterflies. It's supposed to be nice.
yeah, but, you know, they were hard. Let's acknowledge it. You did a hard thing.
Well, here's what I would say. I think there are a couple different ways to approach this. And I've sort of flirted with both of them. So one is to do what I would call a technical drawing. So it's kind of like you're really going to capture the details of the patterns on this butterfly, and you're going to be as accurate as you can. And maybe use ink and then color them and just do something that's like a scheme of it, a schema, right? I think another way to do it is at the opposite end of it, which is to be more gestural, more abstract, capturing... These are all butterflies like pinned in a museum. But if you think about butterflies out there in nature, flying, flittering, fluttering, and to kind of go for that end of it. So it's like you're not, it's kind of like the first thing is as if you were painting an airplane, you know, and you were trying to get all the markings correct. And then there's the spirit of the butterfly. And I flirted with different approaches to this by using different media. And I feel like I got a bit better toward the end where I started doing the, like this gouache one. Felt a bit looser, and then I think that last one got a bit looser, but I didn't allow myself to completely go there. So I think I might try this again on my own personal time, and see if I need to get my head into a different place doing it. So those are, and in a way, I'm not talking about the results, because the results are one thing; they're locked on the page. I think I'm talking about more of the feeling that I would have when I'm doing it. Do I feel like a butterfly? Do I feel like I'm capturing that, which is this beautiful, free, floating, almost impossible thing? I think that takes a mindset that's difficult in this context for me to get to. Anyway. Yes. Thank you all for joining us today. JJ?
Yeah, loved seeing so many familiar faces and a lot of new folks.
Yeah, it was nice to hang out today. And we will see you again next week. So in the meantime, I just want to remind you, if you become a member of this channel, you'll see I'm starting to put up these like longer form things. A lot of them are like parts of productions that I didn't include in a video, but that I think were interesting too. I've done a few demos like that, lettering demos, and now I've done these demos with inexpensive materials. But really the main idea behind becoming a member of the channel is just, you know, if you like what we're doing and you want to support what we're doing, this is the way that you can do it by, becoming a member. It can cost as little as like $3 a month. And then you get access to these special stuff. And we know that you like what we're doing because you've supported us. But if you don't want to, that's fine too. I'd love to see your butterflies and see the range of different ways you approached it. So please share them on Facebook or on Instagram and tag it #SBS Draw With Me. SBS stands for Sketchbook School. I put out an essay every week, and they come out on Fridays, and you can subscribe and get them by going to dannysessays.com and signing up. As I said, free. I wrote one this week, which is about finding time to draw, how to find time to draw, and how much time do you need in order to feel like you're getting somewhere. What else? I have a new class that's come out very recently called The Creative License, based on a book that I wrote. And it's about really expressing your creativity in new and different ways, breaking through blocks, doing experimentation. It's a lot of fun, a great way to really stretch yourself. And you might want to check that out. You can find it at sketchbookschool.com. And finally, subscribe to this channel. JJ, anything else you want to say?
Have a great week.
That's a great idea.
And be nice to everybody if you can, because, wow, it's just hard. Everything's hard this February.
We are going through changes.
In March, we'll see you next week. It'll be March. March is going to be great.
March is going to be awesome. Love March, particularly in Phoenix.